Welcome, everyone. It's WSA TV. I'm Laura Rubenstein, your host and producer. I'm here with the founder of WSA, Gail Watson, Women's Speakers Association. How are you, Gail?
Good. Happy New Year, everyone. 2020.
2020, big, bold goals. This is your year. We had an amazing speaker success training just yesterday, and we are rolling out something called the Results Roundtable next week. So I thought we'd talk about today what is this Results Roundtable? What are the big, bold goals for Women's Speakers Association in 2020? Maybe we can start there and why we're
Okay.
here today.
And also, while everyone's watching, so hi everyone, Happy New Year. Um, this month's theme for January is about big, bold goals. We really, really want to commit to them. We learned yesterday on our speaker success training that the difference between successfully reaching our goals is by committing to them. So we want you to commit just by writing in the chat. What are your big, bold 2020 goals? We'd love to know because that helps us help you fulfill what you are wanting to do. So one of the big bold goals for Women's Speakers Association come directly from you, and we hear all the time, hey, I want more speaking opportunity, of course, right? So that means more visibility. And we've always spent a lot of time working on goals, and I hear this all the time, but what happens is if we check in, say, 6 months later, sometimes that hasn't taken shape, right? So you've set a goal, we've talked about it, but it hasn't taken shape. So we got together as a team to go, how do we change this? We know the power of when you have a coach, right? I mean, who has a coach? Type yes in the chat if you have a coach and do a shout out to them. Um, but when you have a coach, that they keep you in momentum with your goal, right? So we wanted to figure out how can we do this, because sometimes hiring a coach always isn't within your means. Now we bring on some great speaker success trainers that share their expertise with us, give us some great steps. We go away from that all excited, going, yes, this is going to change my world. It's going to help me hit where I want to go. And then we can get deflated because we don't hit. So here's what we're wanting to do. We have implemented what's called a results roundtable. This is a whole blend of masterminding and going into action. So, quite simply, what it is you go to this speaker success training, which happens the second Wednesday of every month. If you missed yesterday, if you're a Premier member, it's live streamed into the Premier member Facebook group, or you will find it in your members area. Okay, so that's if you missed yesterday. The following week, the third Wednesday of the month, is what we call our results roundtable. Only those who have watched the training or somehow attended the training can come to that results roundtable, and you have to be a Premier member. What happens here is we have the ability to come together. That trainer is back with us. We will break out into small groups of 3, 4, so that we can have discussion. So we can dialogue, call to action from what that trainer is presenting to us. Some of the cool benefits is you're going to really get to know some of the other members around, start to build connection, and start to join your path with others who are on the same path as you, so that you can connect and collaborate together as you move forward. During this roundtable, it will be facilitated by our guest trainer. And Melanie, for example, I know, who just gave the training in our big bold goals, is going to be giving us some worksheets to actually follow through to help us obtain those goals. This is so important. This is leveraging the expertise, the influence of, and all we want to do is get you into action, help you get you into action. And even if it's just one thing that you accomplish during that, that you get to implement, we fast forward a year from now, after 10, 11, 12 trainings, you'll start to see and notice the changes that you're making in your business by the impact and the influence you have. So we're tackling a lot of different subjects all throughout the year. So you'll want to keep your eye on those Monday emails about what subjects are coming through on your speaker success training. This is a
I love this. I love, love, love what we're doing with the Results Roundtable. And we've got some questions coming in from Monica, who is in New Zealand, and she's asking if Premier members can watch the training anytime. And the answer is yes. The Speaker Success training is in the Premier members Facebook group, it's in your member portal, and the Results Roundtable will also be in the Premier group, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this is where you want, so this is one of the big key benefits that we're bringing into the Premier membership. And if you are a Premier member, you automatically get this benefit, but we are bringing in this results roundtable to help you really flush through. And as Melanie's word, she put unpack some of the ideas that we learned. We want to unpack them and put them on and dress ourselves up in these new ideas and get them out into action because that's what's really going to make the difference. So think of this. Think about these you get to pick the topics you want to attend. So think of these results roundtables as your own personal kind of group coaching or masterminding. And one of the big bonuses is your business is going to grow and you're going to meet some really great ladies from all around the world and make some great connections. And we all know the power, what happens when we connect with one another, for sure.
And when we come together, I mean, yesterday's speaker success training was amazing. So if you missed it and you want to come to the Results Roundtable, go back and watch it. Just go into the Premier member group, watch it, and then I believe there's a link in the Premier member group, or are we sending it out in the email for the Results Roundtable?
Yeah, so it's the link is highlighted at the end of that
Speaker success.
at the speaker success training. So, and it's really important that you watch that training. It's only 60 minutes, okay? There are some hot, I mean, just some great information in there, some really fantastic strategies on not just goal setting, but how to, it's the mindset of goals. I mean, we can say, oh, yeah, my goal is to increase my business. My goal is to lose weight. My goal is to, check in with me again next year. I'll make those same goals, right?
Right.
So, but in our speaker success training, what we did yesterday is we dove deeper into it. We talked about creating revenue streams and attaching a revenue goal to the goal because the goal isn't a goal unless it has that outcome. So in our business, we usually measure our goals by is it increasing our business? How do we know our business is increasing? Are we taking on more clients and making less money, or are we taking on less clients and making more money? So it's really important. And Melanie gave a really beautiful statement there. She says she has designed a business, a lifestyle driven business, where one uh, that she can have her expertise play into her lifestyle. Whereas in reverse, sometimes we're living our lives and we're working and we're trying to fit that lifestyle into our cramped days. So this is about working much, much smarter. Melanie, who is our guest expert, Melanie Benson, you can look her up, melaniebenson.com. Uh, she she's an expert in this field. She left that corporate 500 Fortune 500 corporate role, went into a coaching practice. One of the goals was to build a six-figure business, did that, went into multi-six-figure, then went into seven-figure. And to do that, you would think that you would be working longer and harder and building up much more. Well, in fact, she was able to reduce and that sort of work practice and make more and earn more. Plus, live a very and have a lifestyle where her business fits into her lifestyle. And that's key because we need that. We all talk about that balance.
Yeah, it's really fun. being able to look at your business newly at the beginning of the year and plan for that revenue success. And what I love about Melanie is she has that roadmap. And that's what she talked about yesterday was let's put the roadmap together, right? She offered us the whole template, and she has been able to let us learn how to take the steps, move through our fear together. Because one of the takeaways I got from the speaker success training yesterday was we have fears that keep us from even setting the goals. And just by listening to her, I was inspired to set bigger goals, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this was so cool!" And I also felt my resistance to it as well. But by the end of the speaker success training, I was like, "I can do this. I have some visions, and now we're not. She's just not leaving me there. I can come back with our group in
Yeah,
privately, and now take that to the next level." And so that it's actually actionable, and then we're going to do something about it together. I'm so
yeah, yeah.
excited.
We had some great comments coming in from the community while they were watching, going, I haven't really used my WSA membership, but I'm jumping back into it. So it's really important. This is we want that more actionable environment,
Yep.
a more connected environment. We're all around the world. There's phenomenal people, and we've got to get to know each other. And this is the one of the ways we can do it. So what's better than to join a speaker success training that's speaking to a subject that something that maybe it's create your signature talk, because that's one of them that's coming up, and 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 everybody else in that training is about creating their signature talk. So we're all in that same place together. And now we go into the results roundtable a week later, and now we get to meet each other and talk to each other. Now we get to brainstorm with each other with things that how we can implement it into our business, or to work through any blocks, or work through any fears that are holding us back from maybe going towards that goal, even though it is one of our goals. But there's a fear, there's some kind of block that holds us back. It will be that peer-to-peer support that gets you through it. I know it for sure.
And what I love about the speaker success training, Gail, and what you do with it in particular, is you have strategically chosen trainers. This is not just anybody. They are vetted through a process. They have certain value to offer that is related to your speaking business, growing yourself as a person, growing your business and your speaking business. I think it's so rich. And I know, Cheryl, you're saying you want the roadmap. You couldn't hear it. Well, go onto the Premier group. You can hear Melanie talk about it. She makes an incredible gift to us on offer. And there's just amazing, just even if you can't make the results roundtable, which you'll also be able to listen to in the Premier group. We're amping up that Premier group big time and the Premier offerings with this roundtable.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So go check it out. And if you're not in that Premier member group, and you're saying, "Hey, I'm a Premier member," and you're not in that group, it's quite easy to find it. Just simply search from Facebook, Women Speakers Association. It'll say Premier Group. You have to request to join it. We verify your membership is active, and you're let in. And wow, it's a gold mine in there. There's a lot of stuff going on in there, some great conversations, some great stuff being shared, and this fabulous training of yesterday. That was actually really good.
Well, Melanie is top trainer. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, that is worth the whole year of a membership, you know,
Yeah,
I-
it's
and more and way more. So, the value of Women Speakers Association, if you're not yet a member, you'll want to go to joinwsa.com, sign up today. Even if, Monica, it does cost you extra because you have an exchange currency rate, we have priced it so reasonably. We're not sure how long that's can stay that way, but we are excited to offer it to you right now and with the new Results Roundtable. So we're only adding more to our membership for you. And it's also bringing the community together. It's one thing I love is how connected our community is getting. You know, we've always been tight, and there's a lot of dialogue that goes on because of the Facebook group, because of the Zoom meetings we have every month, the speaker success trainings, the meetings you have on how helping people get their speaker profile done, and then the WSA TV when people come on as premier members on that show. We always have a time ahead of time to connect as a community. So there's lots of community building that goes on.
Tons. And that's really important. I mean, we speak to the members every day, literally. Every day we speak. And while we are, if you're not already a member, while this is an online environment, you found us on Facebook, Instagram, wherever, it's online, it's, we leverage the power of video conference. Like we're on this new StreamYard, we use Zoom, we use a whole variety of, we want to keep that physical interaction as much we can, right? So connection is super important. And one thing that came out of last year's survey with members was, I want to get to know more people, right? And I think that's really important in today's time where, we just can look around in our media and we can see that there's some unrest in the planet environmentally, with governments, with people, with hate. And, a big solution to that is really quite simple, and we hear it all the times in memes, like smile at someone, make their day, just say hi to someone. It's just that, those simple acts of kindness. But taking it just one little tiny step further is get to know somebody. Just get to know them, even if it's on a 30-minute call. You get to know them. What happens when you get to know somebody else, especially outside of your community, your local community in other parts of the world, is you realize we are all the same. We are all connected. And it's become so, so very important that when we get to know each other, we go, hey, I like her. Much just, we're doing the same things. Can we work together? And when we like somebody, we can't have those hate feelings. We can't have those judgmental feelings when we really truly like somebody, because we get connected. And when we get connected for simply the reason of, hey, how can I support you? It's not about who you are, what you're doing, what you look like, what you wear, what God you bow down to. It's not about anything like that. This is simply about, who are you and what do you need? How can I support you? Oh, you're doing this kind of training. Well, so am I. Do you want to do something together? Hey, why don't we get on these Zoom calls? Why don't we do a webinar together? And then all of a sudden we have an international webinar that we can market out to people, right?
Collaboration at its finest. You know, that's what we're about, putting people together to do, to also teach them how to up their messaging, up their visibility. And that's another thing that Melanie talked about, is playing the influence game. You've got to get in the game. How do you get to build your influence? And she's got a whole method. I know she doesn't have time to go through it on the speaker success training, but she gave little nuggets here and there, and she will continue to do that on the results roundtable next week. So the timing on that, do you have the timing on that for people?
Yes, it's next Wednesday. I don't have my calendar right here in front of me because it's next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific. Now, we chose 1 p.m. Pacific because we found in the global clock that's the best time that can fit our time zones. So for some of you, you have to wake up early. For some of you, you be in your pajamas. And for some, you're midday at lunch hour, and some you're at dinner time. So there's no perfect time, but that's the time that we can get the world together, where it's not 3 in the morning.
And people need to sign up for it. Even if you're a premier member. Well, only premier members can sign up for it, and the link is in the premier group, in the speaker success training video thread, right?
Right underneath the speaker success. So if you go into the premier member Facebook group, scroll down, you'll see the video in there. And in the chats, just read about the chats too. They're all good. And you'll see the link to sign up for the
Yeah,
results round.
you're going to want to make sure you've watched that speaker success training. So that makes perfect sense that it's in there, but mark your calendar or come back to that training and the Premier group. We'd love to have you mastermind with us. So this is super exciting. What a great way to roll out the beginning of the year, getting people together, connected in a way that, really brings the community together and offers huge value for people to reach their goals this year. No kidding. This is 2020. It's like you say, I love how you brought it in. It's the roaring 20s. Let's
It's
make
the
it
new roaring 20s,
the new
right?
roaring 20s.
I love it.
Absolutely.
It's all
And if you're not yet a member and you want to become a member so that you can take advantage of the speaker success training and the results roundtable and all the other benefits we offer here, including the e-speakers profile, the Women Speakers Association's Premier Women's Show. We have so many. We have podcasts, we have blogs, we have lots of ways to connect internally, and we have the speaker success plan even.
Yeah, the speaker success
Blueprint.
plan, just a simple roadmap. So there's a lot of cool things coming down the pipeline in 2020. You'll want to get in now because you don't want to miss out on some of these things. I mean, this month we're talking about our big, bold goals. Next month we're talking about, for those who have a book or want to get a book, is about how to turn it into a business. And we've actually been doing some projects with some authors, and I heard the results last week. They're phenomenal. You'll hear more about that next month. But this is about, if you're taking the time to do a book and write a book, and it's just sitting in boxes on your office floor, we need to get those out, and they need to be generating revenue. That's why you did it, right? So there's some very and we've got March all lined up with different follow-up systems for helping you to convert more. If you're giving away free coaching sessions as or networking and things like that, just on helping you convert from people you're just meeting, your prospects, into your clients. So we want to really focus in on this. And something I want to just put out there to everybody is in 2020, WSA, one of our big bold goals is to double the membership here, at least 5 times it, because we need to reach more women. Too often we're having conversations, and maybe this conversation is with you, that your business isn't going in the right places it should be. It's not making the revenue that's coming in isn't a reflection of the time and the energy that you're putting in. So that's got to change, all right? So what you were doing last year and the years before and the years before, that was your results. It's time to change it up. And it's going to require that investment. It's going to require that investment in yourself. It'll require it financially. It'll require it in time. And another key thing is it requires the investment of choosing the people that you want to surround yourself with. Because we say, we know that we're the sum of the 5 people we hang around with the most. Well, catapult that, put that to 20 people, put it to 100 people that you get to meet in Women Speakers Association, just from different groups. If you're with people that are always in momentum, are always in action, and they're always wanting to strive and push forward, facing some of the same roadblocks you do, then this helps you. You go with them. They bring you along. It's said that in the beginning of a new year, that what we do in the first 100 days of a new year sets our tone and our pace for the remainder of the year. Think about it. It's true. When I heard that, I look back on numbers and stats, because track numbers, and I notice, I go, wow, oh, right? Like, or you go, if you start this way, so you want to really make sure that you start off the very best you can in these next 100 days. Do whatever it takes to invest in the right places, invest your mind in the right places, invest your time in the right places, invest the time that you share with other people in the right places, invest your dollars in the right places to get what you want to have happen. Because I know that's what we're working with the members here to do that. So if you're already a member, maybe you haven't been playing as much as you should, or like, or, just time has taken its toll on you, this is the time. Re-engage, get back in there. If you're an active member and you're enjoying everything, then please go share this opportunity.
It's a huge opportunity to share the Women Speakers Association with other people. Oh my gosh, so important. You can actually benefit. You can be an affiliate of ours. You just go to our website, womenspeakersassociation.com, and get the link at the bottom for affiliate. And if you need any help with that, you can always email support@womenspeakersassociation.com. So it looks like, Gail, you may have frozen. We love your beautiful picture there. And hopefully you'll be back with us. But this is super exciting, what we're doing with the Results Roundtable and everything that you are now able to access. Okay, so we've had incredible, nothing's really changed. We've only added the Results Roundtable. So I hope to see you on next week's January 22nd for the Results Roundtable, as available for Premier members. If you would like to become a Premier member, it's very simple. Go to joinwsa.com. It's easy, super easy. So we'll see you then. Bye for now.